What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. And today I just want to touch on, from my personal opinion, all these rumors about, an Xbox exclusive game coming to other platforms like the Nintendo Switch and potentially the PlayStation. That's not confirmed. None of this is confirmed. It's come from a very reliable source, but I want to talk about why this really is not that big of a deal because of the type of game it could be, but also I want to talk about what they shouldn't do going forward if they're going to keep doing this kind of stuff. So let's get into it. As we all know, right, there are some games owned by Xbox now or that have been associated with Xbox that could come to another platform. Something like Ori, for example, is something that they could bring to PlayStation. That's already on the Switch, but it could come to PlayStation. Now, I don't think it's that. What I do think it is Hi-Fi Rush. And is it the biggest deal in the world? Not really, no. Hi-Fi Rush was, yes, a brilliant game. It was a shadow drop that did just really well. Most Xbox fans really enjoyed it. It's been a year now, basically, since this game launched, so it coming to the Nintendo Switch would be probably a good thing. Like, it will look gorgeous on the Switch, like obviously less quality than the Series X, but handheld would be really cool to play this game. So that's fine. It's already on PC anyway. Xbox is already, a third-party publisher in terms that they bring their games to PC already, and there's already a few on Switch, and there's even some on PlayStation. I know they may not have acquired the studio that made Hellblade, but that's already on PlayStation, right? But my point is, they could bring something like Hi-Fi Rush to the PlayStation, and this wouldn't be the end of the world. But what personally I wouldn't want to see is every single game of Xboxes, like the next Halo game. I wouldn't want to see that coming to PlayStation, because in the end of the day, what Phil Spencer's told us, his exact quote is, this is about bringing great exclusive games to platforms where Game Pass exists. So I know that he said in the past he would happily put Game Pass on PlayStation. I don't think PlayStation's going to allow that. But if that happened, would that be the worst thing? Like, if they got more subscriptions to bring more games to other platforms, they got paid more money to bring this stuff. I mean, yes and no, it could be bad. Like, you end of the day, you wouldn't really need to go out and buy an Xbox anymore, because you just buy a PlayStation, you'd have all the Xbox games coming to Game Pass there, and you'd have all the PlayStation stuff there. I don't like that future, because it kind of basically impacts the sales of an Xbox, and the only home console that would exist would be PlayStation, and that would enable them to price hike massively, because they're the only console in existence. Apart from the Switch, obviously, that doesn't compete in the exact same category. So I don't think that's a future that I want. But I think in the end of the day, like, all this boils down to, right, is that I personally prefer the Xbox platform over PlayStation. I don't think that's unclear from my videos. I personally like Xbox. I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I own all of them. I have a PS5 right there, and my Series X is down below the TV, and I have a PC right next to me with a 4090. I'm just saying, I prefer the Xbox ecosystem over PlayStation. That's my personal opinion. Between the two next-gen consoles, I love features like Quick Resume, and I certainly love Game Pass. But in the end of the day, if they start bringing the next Halo to PlayStation, I'm still going to play it on Xbox, because it's my personal preferred platform, and I love things like Quick Resume. I can jump between everything. Game Pass, is great for that exact feature. Those two things combined kind of go hand in hand. You could jump between so many different titles at any time, and I just love that. So, like, I'm always going to play that there, and I have the PS5 for PlayStation's own exclusives, and PC, I dabble in things like Call of Duty for higher frame rates and stuff. But in the end of the day, guys, the main thing to remember is, just because if an Xbox game is coming to PlayStation, your Xbox purchase is not invalidated. You still have your Xbox, you still played that game last year, you still enjoyed it if you did enjoy Hi-Fi Rush, and you still have all the great features of an Xbox, and you enjoying the system, right? Don't get so caught up in all the business stuff. It's what I'm trying to do as well, because I kind of flip-flop sometimes. I'm like, Xbox is doing this, is it crap? No, it doesn't. Who cares, right? Like, if you enjoy that system, like I'm playing Halo Infinite for the first time. I didn't play it at launch because I had so many other games games that I was clearing through. I'm playing Halo Infinite, and I'm quick resuming at the moment to Forza Motorsport on my Series X, and I'm having the best time. Yes, I could sit here and be like, oh, I've got a 4090, which I got for like competitive shooters and video editing and stuff like that. Yes, I've got that. I could look better on that, but no, I love the Xbox platform because of the features. So if you're happy doing what you're doing on your current console, there's no need to start worrying about whether a game's going to go to PlayStation or not. Who cares? Like, yeah, I'll report on it. I'll talk about it on the news because I like doing that for my YouTube channel. But does it actually affect the game that you've already played? No. If more people get to play that game, that's good in my eyes. Yes, maybe not every exclusive Xbox game coming to PlayStation because it really would make the Xbox system pointless, but I'd still play them on Xbox because I prefer that ecosystem. I prefer Microsoft, and I love Quick Resume, as I've said. Like, that's my personal preference. Doesn't have to be yours if you're a PlayStation guy. This is great news. You get to play some Xbox games. Maybe Hi-Fi Rush will come to PlayStation. I don't actually know about that. I do think it's Switch because that game is so well suited for Switch, and there's however many hundreds or however many millions of people, who own Switches. This is a great way for Microsoft to profit off of a game that's already been out, and I think Switch users would pick that game up a lot. It's like perfectly suited for that platform, especially with Switch 2 around the corner that's probably going to be coming out this year now. It kind of ties in really, really well for that. So my main point is, as I said, don't let any of the news that comes out, if you're enjoying your Xbox console, first of all, don't go on X or Twitter because, that's all I see, I feel like, on there is the PlayStation guys hating. Don't let that affect you. If you're enjoying your Xbox console, live your life. Don't let some idiot on the internet ruin your platform. And the same for PlayStation. If there's a lot of toxic Xbox fanboys out there as well. If you're on PlayStation, don't let anybody else change what you're doing. If you're happy doing what you're doing, you do you. We're all allowed preferences, and as much as I say fanboys, we're all allowed a preference, right? As I said, my preference is Xbox. Doesn't mean I'm a fanboy. Just because I prefer something over something else doesn't mean I'm a fanboy of that console and I will support them whatever they do. It's not good. Like, there's things I've spoken about in the past, like the price hikes of stuff. I've said it's bad. The whole Xbox Live Gold thing going up, we all talked about that and said it was negative. But just because you prefer something doesn't mean you hate the other thing. And people need to get that in their heads. I prefer Xbox, but I still enjoy PlayStation. I've got every exclusive game physically down here that's come out, apart from Forspoken. Actually, I didn't want to dabble in that, not my thing. But all the God of War games I loved. Spider-Man, I beat Spider-Man 2. I got the Platinum Trophy on my PS5. Like, I dabble in both, but my preferred platform is Xbox, and don't let people ruin what you're personally enjoying. Life's too short. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. And the other thing I want to touch on this video is, let's say there's a lot of rumors that Xbox will go third-party only, right? There's a lot of talk about that, especially from the PlayStation side. I don't think that's true at all. If it is, if they stop making a console, does it matter? Like, you've enjoyed your system, right? Next gen comes around. I know there's a next gen console planned for 2026, between 2026 and 2028. They're going to bring out another Xbox console. Like, the whole rumor about them not being a console manufacturer anymore is kind of ridiculous. Like, in the end of the day, like, a large proportion of the subscriptions to Game Pass are console players. Whether Phil Spencer's targeting the PC market and the mobile market is irrelevant. That's great that he's doing that. They're making more money for the company to bring us more games. Like, that's brilliant. At the end of the day, a large proportion of Game Pass subscribers is console. If they stop manufacturing consoles, those people are not just going to instantly switch to cloud gaming. Like, if Xbox doesn't make a next-gen system, right, and I prefer console over PC for my TV gaming, what am I going to do? Am I going to buy their little streaming box and stream their games over my internet that I hate streaming and is so laggy? No, I'll play on PC, or I'll play on the PS6, for example, or PS5 Pro by that point, whatever. Like, they are going to lose a massive fan base. Like, people are not locked into Xbox because they love Microsoft. They're locked into Xbox because they like the features, they like the system that they've produced. If they stop producing systems, those people are going to go to PlayStation, or they're going to go to PC. Not everybody is going to go out and buy a streaming box, because still, at least I can only speak for the UK where I live, there are areas where, like my girlfriend, for example, her internet download and upload speed is like 7 to 10 megabytes per second. In her village, 10 minutes down the road, I have gigabit where I am, but 10 minutes down the road where she lives, she can't even get like 15 megabits per second internet. So she could certainly, and I've tried streaming on my gigabit internet, right? I've tried streaming on my gigabit internet, and it does not work through xCloud. I've tried the PlayStation service. Like, it works okay, but pixelation happens all the time. If you blow that up onto a TV, looks god awful. I've tried the Nvidia's own streaming platform. I never tried Google Stadia. I never was going to buy anything like that. But the streaming thing for me is just so far away still. Like, we in the UK, we are nowhere near ready for that stuff. Like, nowhere near. 5G is like terrible everywhere in the UK. 4G is unreliable everywhere in the UK. Like, if you go to somewhere like Wales in the UK, like, you're never gonna or sorry, if you go to Wales, you're never gonna actually get service. If you go to Scotland, for example, like, it's all over the place. We're not ready for a future of only streaming. There are gonna be more Xbox consoles. Don't worry yourselves about that. Your purchases is not invalid anyway. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to put my 2 cents and give my opinion on things, because, you know, that's what we do here on the channel. But stay positive, enjoy your games, enjoy Xbox. I'm loving my Xbox. Since launch, I've loved my Series X. It's absolutely phenomenal. Please do follow me on Xbox. It's just a YouTube, as in YT Major Ben, and the YT and the M is capitals, and the B for Ben is capitals as well. So add me on Xbox, play some games with me. Let's hang out, and yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.